I'm Pierre Léveillé, President and CEO of Koryx Copper. We're an exploration company busy in Namibia and Zambia. And in Namibia, we have a quite advanced project. We're starting a feasibility study next year.
Pierre, good to see you. Welcome to London.
Good to see you. Yeah.
How's it going next door? Busy?
Very well. Yeah, it's very busy.
Copper still popular?
Yes. More than ever.
I know.
Slowly.
It's good. Look, okay, a few things happened since we last spoke. Obviously, name change.
Yeah.
Which is kind of good, but because it is a kind of new beginning, it feels like, because you got your license back. Tell us about that process.
Well, as you know, it was a pretty epic battle. We went into court against the Ministry of Mines. We won our court case. The verdict was totally in our favor, which is, it's quite good because Namibia shows something. Rule of law prevails in Namibia. It was tough on us, but at least the end result is satisfying. So,
right, okay, and that is completely put to bed now. There's no other ramifications or penalties or punitive action on their part.
No, absolutely not. And the people that have created that problem at the Ministry of Mines are not there anymore. They have been replaced by other people, and we have very good relation with them. They know where we want to go. They support that, so we don't see any problem coming.
Very good. Okay, so no bad blood, no ill will. We're moving on, and you can get on with doing what you want to do.
Absolutely.
Drilling.
Yeah.
You got a couple of drills at site?
Yes.
Have you started drilling?
Yes.
Oh, well done. Okay.
About 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay. And what are you after? I mean, have you planned the targeting of all of these?
It's a very large tonnage deposit. We're talking about 1 billion ton at 0.31% copper. So the grade is low. We know that we can increase the tonnage. Probably we can double the tonnage.
Okay.
But the key here is not to increase the tonnage at this point in time. It's to increase the grade.
Yeah.
And we found quite a lot of structures that have never been mapped before and that were not even drilled. And that has made that the grade was underestimated. And we have started drilling into these structures, and we have grades from 0.45% going up to 2.50%, which is way higher than the average. So we're convinced now that we will increase the grade. We will do a new resource estimation right after that program. Probably we'll have the resource estimation March, April 2024.
Okay.
And we're pretty convinced we'll increase the grade substantially.
Okay, so how many meters are you drilling with these two drills?
5,000.
5,000 meters will allow you to put out a new resource?
Because we had another 5,000 done in 2021 before we walk away.
Which was also going up to this higher grade stuff.
Yes, and we were already having these very great results.
Okay.
So
talk to me about this sort of the working out of the economics of something like this. 1 billion tons is a lot.
Yeah.
0.3 is that, if you didn't discover any higher grade stuff, could that be economic in its own right?
Yes, it was possible. Using low capex and low opex technologies such as bio-heat leaching, and we combined that with high pressure grinding rollers to replace grinding and milling. We combined that also with some flotation and rolls leaching. So all that combination makes that you have a very decent capex. And we were having at 0.31% copper with a price of $3.50 per pound of copper. We were having an NPV of 1.3 billion US with a capex of 340 million. So there's a pretty good gap there. And the IRR after tax was 36%. So it's pretty good. But now what we intend to do is to improve all these
that's
numbers.
A nice backup, or quite frankly, project in its own right. When you're going after these higher grade structures that you've seen before and you're going after now, are you trying to define a completely new resource and new mineable asset and keep the lower grade stuff separate, or is this you talking about combining the two? How's it work in your mind?
We drill within the existing resource, so we're not creating new tonnage or new resources.
Right, so you haven't forgotten the stuff you got?
No, because the drilling was done vertical, spaced by 150 meters.
Yeah.
And in that type of porphyry deposit, which they were thinking it was, you chase tonnage. You don't bother too much about the grade because they want to do bulk mining. But in our case, because we found these structures, and there's a lot of them, I'm talking of tens and tens of them. Mm-hmm. So they're within the deposit at the moment. So we are creating what we can call a starting pit.
Right. So the starting point would be on the higher grade structures, but in terms of the milling and processing, you'd eventually combine.
Eventually, after the payback will be done, the grade will go lower and lower because we will go out of that mining pit. But who knows? With what we've discovered in that specific area of the deposit, we can do the same, replicate the same all over the deposit at some point in time.
Cash generation, non-dilutive strategy first in that sense.
Yes.
Okay, makes sense. So you raised a bit of money to obviously get these drills going. It's, like I said, new beginnings for you guys, and you'll be looking to put out new resource sort of March, April next year. Given where the market's at the moment, you've also had the sort of, I guess, burden of 2 years of uncertainty around this license.
Yep.
So people, eyes are off for you. If you were to talk to, shareholders and potential shareholders, what have you got going for you? Why should people be looking at this new company of yours?
Because we will increase that grade substantially, that we're sure. We will start a feasibility study. We will do more metallurgical work, so we will come out with let's say, better detailed recoveries. And we're going for a mining license, okay? So now what we're doing is that we render that project attractive for a strategic investor at some point in time in the future.
Right.
Because we're a small market cap. We know that with the drilling we're doing, our market cap will certainly improve.
Yeah.
But still, we're talking of a project of $500 million of capex. So that will be for the like of a strategic investor at some point in time.
Okay, so your story is to kind of paint a nice picture, wrap it up in a bow, and go, this is.
We're dressing up the bride.
Right. Okay. So for your investors, your current investors and maybe future investors, the end point or the end game in terms of timing for that is what? How far do you take this? How much money will you be raising?
But we need to complete the feasibility study, about $5 million US, over the next 2 years. So let's say 2.5 next year and 2.5 the year after.
Okay, it's not crazy.
It's not crazy. So if we have to go to the market and issue shares, we will control that dilution as much as we can. But after the feasibility study, that's where we talk about pilot plant. We talk about mine construction. So there we arrive with big numbers, and that's where we will need non-dilutive financing.
Okay, so pre the issues with the license and the ministry, were you in conversations with any groups? I mean, people with $1 billion tons, people must have been looking in on this thing, going,
yes.
Okay, talk to me.
And now we have resumed discussion with a certain number of majors, with some private equity funds, with there's some off-takers also, but off-takers were probably a bit early for them. It's but mainly private equities and major mining companies.
Okay, so I think my point is you're hard at. You understand the importance of getting after and letting people, as many people as possible, know that it's game on again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We will start doing quite a lot of. We have started with Mines and Money. We're resuming, let's say, being on the path of promoting the project, promoting the company, and we will increase that all over the year in 2024.
Okay, well, fantastic. Look, I appreciate you coming in. I'm looking forward to seeing some grades coming back from the drilling that you're doing. So we'll start to see that between now and, I guess, end of Q1.
We have some results that are coming. Probably it will be published next week.
Okay.
And then after that, some around 20th of December, and then after that, January and February, but maybe a little bit in March also.
Brilliant. Okay, we need copper, lots of it. So good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Thanks.